And first and foremost, I hope that you can hear me. I think you can. I want to just first and foremost thank you for being here because you're here because you're willing to hear a little bit more about Rodan+Fields. And I have a feeling that there's something inside of you, whether it's public or private, little something inside of you that is looking for more in your life. And I do hope that you find that more here today in this exciting event. So here's my more story. I was a lawyer by trade who realized pretty quickly that it was something I was not passionate about. So like any good lawyer, I auditioned for a reality show to get out of law. And I competed on The Apprentice and was fired after making the Final Four on national TV. That's a whole nother story. But through that, I was able to start looking for and finding my more. I was a host on a radio show in Austin for iHeartRadio for a few years. And then I landed a job as a host on an international shopping network. Now, I kind of laugh and I hiccup when I say that because I've never thought of myself as a salesperson, but I like to talk, I like to share, and I like to impact people positively. And so if you can imagine retail, right? Laura talked a little about retail earlier. Home shopping is retail on steroids because it never closes. Literally, you can turn on the TV at any time, any point, any day of the entire year, and we're on. And so I, as a host, was on air different hours all throughout the day constantly. And then as I was there for 5 years, I went up the ranks and I was director of programming, which meant that even though I had normal hours, I was getting phone calls in the middle of the night. In fact, if there was a night where I didn't answer the phone, I thought that maybe I'd slept through an important phone call and missed something big that was going to cost us many sales. And so it was kind of stressful. Or maybe a lot stressful. But I was this single woman who was all about like women's empowerment. You're going to make it after all, and I'm going to conquer this business world. So I was all in. Well, I will admit that I met a guy, and it probably has something to do with the fact that I realized that maybe this wasn't quite that normal. And one day after picking up the phone in the middle of the night, I was on Facebook trolling it as people do, as we do when we can't sleep. And I was like, wait a moment, my friends are like getting married, having babies, doing all these things with their lives, and I'm not even a part of it because I'm so wedded to my job. And so I started to think that maybe I too needed a little bit more. Well, about that time, my friend had invited me to Rodan+Fields event. They were having convention in Austin and they were having a live event. And I thought, sure, okay, I'm looking for something more, maybe, kind of. I hadn't even told her that yet, but I thought, I'll go. Well, I could not have ever expected what I was going to hear and what I was going to feel by being there. First of all, while I didn't know about the company Rodan+Fields, I did know about the doctors that created Proactive. And I mean, they're big deals. I don't know about any other dermatologists ever in the history of ever, but I know them. And I was so impressed that they had continued on and created this entire company, but also given us an opportunity to be a part of it and have our own piece of the billion-jillion dollar skincare market. So that was pretty attractive. And for me, I've always wanted to be part of a winning team, a winning company. The fact that they had this vision to go globally with it and to literally have world domination, that was pretty sexy to me, I'll admit. The other thing that was really interesting to me was listening to these women speak, because while I'll admit that in the past I've had a pretty bad BS meter when it comes to dating, my BS meter in business is pretty dang good. And I can tell when people are serious and heartfelt. And these women from all these different walks of life, I mean, you had people that were in retail, that were lawyers, that were doctors, that were doing all these things. And they all saw something about Rodan+Fields that caused them individually to pause and say, wait, I want a piece of this. I want to be a part of it. That really struck me. So after the presentations, we were there, we were talking, and actually I was talking to Laura. I'd met Laura, who spoke. If you didn't listen to her earlier, you should definitely listen to it. It was awesome. And I'm talking to her, telling her what I liked about it, all the things I liked about it. And I said, because I'm a talker, I said, there's just one thing. And so she asked me, well, what's that one thing? And I thought to myself, okay, I just met this woman. I'm impressed with her. She seems so super sweet, has a great little Texas accent. How do I tell her what I want to say? What I want to say is, listen, lady, black doesn't crack. I don't need your skincare. But I said that a little bit better. And I just said, I have great skin. I have great skin. My mom has great skin. My sisters have great skin. My grandmother has great skin. I don't need this. I mean, right now, I just don't need it. She looked at me without even blinking and said, I guarantee your skin is never going to look better than it does once you have Rodan+Fields on your face. You got to get this on your face. And I was like, okay, she's really sure of herself. And she's really confident about this product and her company. So I thought, well, let me think about it. I went home and I thought about everything I'd learned that day. And I also thought about and asked myself the question, Roxanne, when do you actually feel like you are fulfilled? What fills you? And I don't know, for me, that's easy. I'm fulfilled when I feel like I'm impacting people positively, making a positive influence in their lives. And that's when I just kind of had to chuckle to myself, because I realized in that moment that it wasn't about my skin. It wasn't about me. And any business that's going to thrive in this world can't be about the person who created it. It's got to be about a need. It has to be about helping people be better than themselves. And that was the opportunity in front of me. And that's when I realized I had to dive right in and go for it. Because at the end of the day, I knew I do know people who need skincare. And here's the thing about that. Okay, whether it's good or bad, when our hair looks good and our skin looks good, we feel good about ourselves. We're ready to just conquer and slay the day. And I had an opportunity to bring that to people. But more importantly, I had an opportunity to link arms with amazing women and help them reach their goals. The opportunity that Rodan+Fields has given me is so much more than I could ever imagine. Being able to be a real part of someone being able to get out of debt, that's huge. Or to pay off loans, to pay for their kids' schooling. It boggles my mind, the opportunities that are there. And I have an opportunity to help other people do that. Okay, but I want to circle back to my moment with Laura, and it's funny, she doesn't even know I'm telling you this, but she'll know now. So as I was sitting there talking to her and she was so confident, I thought she doesn't know what she's talking about, because my skin doesn't look like her skin. And as far as I'm concerned, that means something. What I learned was skin is skin is skin. But that's something you have to learn and know. Now, I say that because here's the thing. Right now, I moved to Orange County. I live in Orange County right now. And I, at the gym, for a while, I was there and people were like, oh, here's a good nail place. Oh, here's a good hair place. You'll love it. And I just kind of smiled, like, thank you. All right, I'll take that. Because hair is not hair. And when someone that doesn't look like me recommends a hair place, I don't listen to them, okay? Because I don't think they know what they're talking about, because they don't have hair like me. Now, although I told you skin is skin, what I've learned is that the credibility factor is a thing, right? So this is what I'm saying. If you're here today listening to me and you look like me or a shade of me, I'm going to guess that you were probably invited by someone who probably doesn't look like you. Am I right? But you trusted them enough or cared about them enough to hear this out, hoping that maybe this is the more for you in your network. What I'll tell you is this: just like it wasn't about me and my skin, it's not about you in that sense either. It's about the people that you can impact. And at the end of the day, although skin is skin, I'll tell you, if I see someone that looks like me, who knows that black doesn't crack and is telling me, hey, use this product and this is what it's done for me, I'm going to trust that just the way it is, because I feel like they know me more. They know my skin. Does that make sense? I'm being really real here, y'all, but that's the way that it is. And so while I'm so excited about the global domination, and that is what piqued my interest with Rodan+Fields, and we're doing it in an awesome way, y'all. At the end of the day, if you look like me or somewhat like me, you have an opportunity to show so many people that look like you too this awesome opportunity. And it's not even just about their skin, but it's their opportunity to be part of this skincare industry. It's their opportunity to be able to afford a little bit more in their life, to do different things they've never done before, to really impact their lives in a positive way, because that's what I see Rodan+Fields doing. It's doing it for me, and it's doing it for so many others. But if they don't see someone that looks like them telling them about it and sharing it with them, they may just totally turn away and not even have this opportunity in their lives. And so if you're like me going, I like it, it sounds good, but I don't know if anyone like me is like, I don't need it, or I don't know if anyone like me is going to use it. They're not going to use it until they know that someone like them is using it. And that's you. And so the more is not even just for you, but it's for so many other people. And I encourage you, because the market out there of people who need to hear about Rodan+Fields and need to hear about this experience is so vast, and you have an opportunity to be that catalyst. You have that opportunity to have that warm, fuzzy feeling that I get when I know that I'm helping someone else reach their full potential, whether it's having confidence because this business gives you confidence you never knew that you didn't have, or you were always looking for, and you have that ability to be a sound and amazing businesswoman and do your thing. It feels so good, and you have an opportunity to give that to someone else. And so I'm going to get off my soapbox. I got real with you, but at the end of the day, I have to say, going right back to that conversation with Laura, yes, black doesn't crack, but it is dull. And my skin has never been so glowing. I love Reverse. I love the product. I use it daily. And I was wrong, and I'm glad I was wrong. And you may be wrong too if you think it's not for us. It is. So get out there, take a chance, and be that more to show other people that it's for them too. All right, thanks. I hope you guys have a great day. I hope that you join, and I hope to meet you one day so we can celebrate your more. Take care. Bye.